wave so that we know who you are.
Hi,
Did you have
everybody.
something to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say good evening to everybody. I'm Janice Christianek. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the town of Bethel. And I'd just like to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our first virtual show and shop event. And just really thanking you for showing your commitment to our retail businesses. Tonight, we're going to have 5 businesses. We're going to have Bird's Books, Send a Smile Cards, Patricia's Presents, Gemini Dream Jewelry, that's hard to say, and the Toy Room. Each business will take about 5 minutes to show their items to you and provide you with directions on how to purchase them. And as Alice said before, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat box. And once the business is done presenting, then that business can answer your questions. So we might as well get started, Alice. So I'm going to first introduce Alice of Bird's Books. Thanks, Alice.
Thank you, Janice. First, I'd like to thank you because as the Economic Development Office in the town of Bethel, you made this happen for us. And I'm hoping that we can make this a regular thing with a bunch of different people coming on at a bunch of different times and talking about their businesses and where they stand right now. Right now, Bird's Books is closed to browsing. For those of you who may not know, we're at 178 Greenwood Avenue, directly across the street from the Bethel Public Library. And the best way to keep in touch with us, other than calling us when we're here from 10 to 4, Tuesday through Saturday, is to sign up for our emails off our website, birdsbooks.com, or to like us on our Facebook page. For instance, those of you who like our Facebook page probably noticed that we put out the holy grail of confinement gifts, puzzles. We have puzzles. We have lots and lots. We actually have just started carrying more and more of them, but we carry them from the New York Puzzle Company, and they have the rights to the New Yorker magazine, Vogue magazine, and a number of major publications in puzzle format. But this one is the literature nerd puzzle, and it is Shakespeare's world. And so they're all 1,000-piece puzzles.
It has a bad reflection. It has a bad reflection.
Okay, so why don't I do it on this side?
Yep.
Sorry, the sun is shining in my window and setting, which I didn't have when we tested this at noon. So, oh well, we're just going to try and figure this out. Bird's Books carries books for children. So we have Birdwatch, which is a walking around bird book for little kids with a little magnifying glass. We also have the Audubon Society stuffed birdies, but what's cool about these is if you squeeze them, they make the sound of a birdie. For those of you who are looking to declutter, this is an incredibly wonderful book, The Big Book of Less. It's not just a book, it's also a craft book with a diary in it and all kinds of cool things to do with the stuff that you've got. Great ideas. Finding joy in living lighter. Think tiny house. I know I did when I moved. The kid version of that sort of is a book called The Kid's Book of Paper Love. So there's all kinds of kid crafts in here, that everything from origami to writing to making play figurines, all kinds of cool stuff. Roots, Shoots, Buckets, and Boots.
That's a cute name.
Right? This is a kid gardening book, but it's really about going outside and playing outdoors and having a great time. Now, if we move on to grown-up world, here's a great romance novel. They call it women's fiction now. It's not necessarily romance any longer. It's called Share the Moon, but Sharon Struth lives in Bethel, and it's wonderful. She did a great job on this book, and we have signed copies all over the store. For those of you who watch Hulu, Little Fires Everywhere, awesome paperback. It's a great book, wonderful story, very quirky, art major kind of woman and her daughter rent an estate on a woman's property, and the house burns and everybody is a suspect. It's really a lot of fun. Portrait of a Sister is sort of romance. It's Amish twins, one who stays in the community, one who stays out. Laura Bradford is right over the line in New York State, but this is a best-selling author, and she's considered an expert on Amish fiction. If you want to go into the big heavies, nonfiction, The Splendid and the Vile. It's on the New York Times bestseller list. It is about the social history of Winston Churchill, none of the history that deals with battles and wars and all that stuff. It's one of the best books I've ever read. And that says a lot for a bookstore owner. And then Dirt. This just came out, and Bill Buford writes for New Yorker magazine, and it's his adventures in France as a chef in training and looking for the secret of French cooking. So if you like big books, those are always a good one. We're here right now doing curbside pickup, and I'm sorry about all the glare. It's just the way it is right now. But we're here allowing for curbside pickup. We're not going to let people into our store yet for May 20th because we're not quite ready. And so one of the things that we're working toward is how to have a touch-free bookstore. And so I welcome any ideas. You can go ahead and, you know, email me if you want to with any thoughts. Not sure what else to really add to that other than we're doing a lot of online sales. We're doing in-store consultations during the day. Most people pick up. We do mail out of the store as well. So the book trade is running more slowly than it normally would. But the advantage that a little bookstore has right now is that Amazon is not shipping books. So that's good news for those of us on Main Street still trying to figure it out. I don't really have that much more to add other than my email address is alice@birdsbooks, and you can email me with anything your little heart desires, and be happy to answer it. So I'm done now, but I think it's really Wendy's turn because greeting cards and books go very well together, and I'd like to hear about your greeting cards from Send a Smile. Thank you, Wendy Smith.
Well, thank you, Alice, and I will put a plug in for the May 19th release, is it, of the prequel to the Hunger Games?
Oh, yes, baby. The prequel to the Hunger Games is the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and we can't wait. We can't wait. We can't wait. And Wendy's placed her pre-order, so just let us know. I'm trying to move my trying to move my computer. It's on you, girl. But thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm Wendy Smith, and I am Send a Smile Cards, which is a one-woman, me, operation, and I make handmade greeting cards. They feature rubber stamping and various other coloring mediums. I've been card making well over 10 years and truly love every aspect of making and selling my greeting cards. My logo is, when you send a card, you send a smile. And I truly believe that that is a truth. You know, even if you're sending a, say, sympathy card or something, just the fact that the recipient, they know you took the time, that you're thinking of them, it's a special thing. I mean, we all get bills in the mail, but to get a greeting card, it's a very, very nice thing. You know, it's truly special to make someone's day, especially nowadays. Now, in my efforts to help out during this pandemic, I've designed 2 cards, and they come in a variety of different colors and styles. And one is my cute one with my little meerkats that says, I miss your smile, and that we're in this together. And I don't know if you can see, but my little meerkats have masks on. And then my other card, and these come in a variety of different colors, everything, you know. This is just a nice, pretty card, and it says, sending positive thoughts and feel-good wishes. This I'm doing as a fundraiser for the Community Council of Bethel, which is an organization that helps Bethel residents in need. The cost of the set of the 2 cards, is $5, and 100% of that goes over to the Community Council. and you can pick them up either through contacting me, which I'll go give you that later, or at Daily Fair down at the railroad station. Robin has the fundraiser cards as well as a variety of my greeting cards. And while you're there, make sure you get yourself a little treat. Now, generally, I sell my cards at craft fairs and farmers markets. However, this year, it's a little different because nobody's really having craft fairs or farmers markets just yet. I am thinking of trying an outdoor old-fashioned tag sale on my front lawn with just cards. I will say that all I do is make cards. So during this little pandemic, I have honestly made at least 600 cards. And that is in addition to the thousands I already have. But I will look to hold that event at my house here in Bethel, and I'll put the contact information on. And I just want to give you a quick idea of some of the card styles that I have. And I have cards for everything. I mean, one of the things that's interesting about cards, if you look at it, this is the actually the same style, but because you do it with different colors, this is like a perfect sympathy card coloring. It's more muted. And then this is just a pretty one, and this is the Get Well card. So it's the same style, but just made in different colors. I have fun ones, like this is one of my Father's Day cards that are coming up, and it says, "You are really awesome," because it's got the fisherman, and Happy Father's Day. I have Life is a Beautiful Thing. This is a nice little congratulations card. Little sending hugs card. Wedding card or an anniversary, forever and always. This is just one style of the birthday cards that I have. And this one is kind of cute because it flips up a little different. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, when it's okay and safe to get together again, I do at my house or various locations card classes. And what the card classes are, you make the cards. You don't have to design anything. Everything is all done for you. Now, for example, this is a picture of the card, and included in the kit are all the components to put the card together yourself. I don't know if anybody can see all that. I don't want to drop everything. And what's nice about these is you don't have to buy anything except your card kit. So if somebody is into stamping and stuff, or any kind of crafting, typically you would have to buy the stamp, you would have to buy the paper, you'd have to have envelopes, adhesive, all those kind of things. And then it gets pretty costly to make one card, by buying all those things. So how I work it is you don't have to buy anything except the card kit. Card kits are $2, and you just pick out the ones that you want. So those are very well received. Everybody likes that. Now, I'm not even sure how long I have because I can keep going, but
you still have about a minute left.
Okay, so then I will just add send cards. It's a good thing. My email address is sendsmilecards@gmail. Just send a
My
smile.
suggestion is that you write it in the chat window on the right-hand side.
That's a good idea.
Because I just put Birds Books as my website on the right-hand side. So if you have contact information, you can type it there, and then people can copy and paste it wherever they'd like.
That's a wonderful idea. And just, I'll be throwing out that, I'm going to be dropping some graduation cards down at Daily Fair, as well as I'm going to be moving on to making Father's Day cards. So,
and Daily Fair is located at the new Bethel Railroad Station, as opposed to the old one where Broken Symmetry is.
Right.
We do have some out-of-towners here,
Oh, that's right. And I would like to thank everybody for, putting this together and giving us this opportunity. And with that, I will go to who's next?
Well, Patty from Patricia's Presence from, I think it's your turn, my dear. Here, let me unmute you, honey.
Here
There you go.
Here I am talking to myself.
Start again. I unmuted you.
But hello, ladies. Nice to see you all. Anyway, I'm Patty from Patricia's Presence. Obviously, we're at 164 Greenwood Avenue, downtown Bethel. My website is www.patriciaspresence.com. I realize that this is going to be a very short visit. However, I want you to have an idea of the wonderful merchandise that I carry. I sell a lot of handmade fair trade items made all over the world. I'm going to show you just a few items. A couple of ornaments. These are fantastic. These are handmade in the Philippines. Look at this fabulous Christmas ornament. Isn't that great? And of course, a unicorn. Whoops, there you go. Fair trade items are wonderful, as you all know. This is fantastic from Guatemala, handmade, $20 with the, is that close enough for everyone to see?
Yep.
Yes, no?
Yep.
Handmade with a magnetic clasp. And it's another wonderful item. These are made by women in South Africa. They're repurposed water bottles. And you can use them as gift boxes, planters, candy bowls, a million different things. And they're fabulous. And again, made by women. And then something to give you all a little giggle would be a cat cave. This is made in Nepal. How do you like the mushrooms? Is this fantastic? And as I said, handmade in Nepal. So that's adorable. I'm waiting to hear applause and I forget you're all muted. Anyway.
I'm gonna have to get a cat now.
Absolutely. So for many years, my jewelry designs were sold exclusively to retail stores and catalogs like the Smithsonian. Now, Patricia's Presence offers many one-of-a-kind pieces in Bethel. And on my website, I frequently use antique and vintage pieces. And let me show you just one piece out of just a few. And this piece is trying not to wake a sleeping puppy at my feet. So this piece is wonderful. It's the center pendant is also crooked. This center pendant is from a much larger antique neck piece from Tashkent. And the beads that surround it are faceted Czech crystal. And what I do with all of my pieces is I do them on wire. So that way they really can't break because they're not string. So that's just a little idea of one of the pieces that I do. Also, something else that's just a bit of fun for this spring. Anyone singing in the rain lately? Wait, it gets better. How's that? Is that adorable? Everybody shake their head, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's fabulous. And then of course, leopard. Flashlight on the bottom. And isn't this wonderful for evening?
I think we had a little technical difficulty, did we? Mine bumped off?
I'm sorry, did you not hear that?
No.
I got you. You're good.
I think
Okay.
we're good.
We did.
Okay, so wonderful, wonderful gift for Father's Day is a great box with Marilyn Monroe on it. Looks like a fake book. It's a fake book, actually.
Fake book.
Fake book. And inside, maybe some men's soap or a body buffer. So guys love these things. And for any family who doesn't want a puppy pillow. And if you, just a few little puppies. And if you can't find the right breed of dog and you're bringing a gift to someone, we have great dog gifts, fun dog items, and also some great cat items. And for that same wonderful family that you just can't find something perfect for, a little kitchen tea towel, another little kitchen cat tea towel, and a little dog. And that, I guess, is it. So hopefully.
Well, Patty, can I see one of the pillows up close? Because the puppy pillows are awesome.
My darling.
I can attest, I bought a puppy pillow and they're very, very nice.
Who was that?
That was Amy.
Oh.
Amy. I bought one at Christmas time for my brother. And
I bought a chicken pillow for my niece.
Oh yeah, and we're very big on piggy pillows too, but that's the next time around. So ladies, be well, and hopefully after May 20th, we'll get to see each other. Thank you again, and as I said, be well and safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. And if you want to type your website address in the chat section, if you've got
Okay.
that up, that would be
Great.
awesome.
Okay, thank you again.
Thank
Bye.
you. Ruth.
Good morning,
It's-
good afternoon, good
Good
evening.
evening. Yeah.
Hi there.
Hi there.
I'm Ruth Kelch. I'm owner of Gemini Dream Jewelry Design, and I am home-based. And as you can tell, you can probably see my fabulous studio here in the basement. I do get a lot of work done down here, and I love being creative. For the most part, for people shopping for me, it would be at festivals that are in Western Connecticut, Central Connecticut, and Westerly, Rhode Island. Soon we plan on changing that, and one of the most exciting things I can tell everyone, we have a new website on the way, and it's going to allow us to do not only e-commerce, but a whole host of other things, including possibly making it possible for someone to design a piece of jewelry while chatting with me, FaceTime, as we're doing now. Sky's the limit. We're really looking forward to doing all of that. If you would like to look at my Facebook page and see some of the offerings I do have for tonight, just Google Gemini Dream Jewelry Facebook. We do have some items that are for sale, and I also have some things I will show you tonight. If you'd like to contact me, my email is rkelch99@gmail.com. And with that, I will show you one thing that I have done for, well, this was for Multiverse Expo. And this was just a fun little piece, if everyone can see that okay. And it's just an interlinked necklace. I've been using extra beads, fun colors. But now that we're dealing with this pandemic, the thing with this piece, it's kind of taken on a new meaning where it's like a virtual hug. When you can't actually hug somebody, you could send them something like this. And the way it interlinks, it could be like your arms being around that person. So those are available for purchase if you wish. Moving on to other designs, I do have this pendant. Hopefully that can be seen. This stone is called K2. It's mined at the base of Mount Everest. It's granite with an azurite matrix. This in here is sterling. I have the K2 beads as well as some onyx beads. The piece I have here, hopefully everyone can see that okay. This is black kyanite that's been vacuum deposed with cobalt to get the colors that you see. It's done with Chinese turquoise. I have some matte labradorite along with green labradorite, and the necklace in through here are blue opals, and hopefully that can be seen also. Larger piece that I do have, again, this is labradorite with green labradorite. The chain also has labradorite with some metal findings. This one is kind of fun because the stone here is called a gastropod. Basically, it's a Jurassic snail shell. And at one point in time, this critter was probably dodging dinosaurs. It's found in the Indus River Valley of India. And obviously with silt, the changing temperatures of the earth, the crystals grew inside that like your druzy, and that is natural. And this one's done with pearls. This is all one piece. It's 3 strands. This has Peruvian turquoise, lava, mother of pearl, as well as amethyst and faceted check glass. Hopefully these will show up. As a lot of you guys do know, I've been doing druzy for an awfully long time. I don't know. Can you guys see these okay?
Pull it a little closer, Ruth. Just a little. Yeah. Oh, pretty.
So these are something new for me this year. They're butterflies. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. These pendants would be $35. They all have something called wiggle wire, which doesn't come unkinked. And then as you can see, they have a little bit of just little accompaniments down by the stone. This, hang on here, they're backwards. Alrighty, I like to do this one at a time. Maybe not.
You need to raise it up above your name. Yep, perfect. Perfect.
Got it?
Yep.
This is a design that I drew several years ago, and it was cut in Brazil. The original stone cutter has since retired, but they did find somebody to do the work. So they're twice as large as they were, but it's my own design. I'm happy the way it came out. So these are also 35, but then I have 2 here. Again, if you're looking for graduation, birthday, these 2. Okay. If I can get them to show their faces, right? All right, so those 2 have a star chain, if you can see that. Star shape, and these are sterling silver. And again, with the same heart or star design. Those would be 50. Standards that I normally carry would be the druzy hearts. And I know people have seen these. If you really like amethyst and fluorite, I have 2 pieces. I'll do them one at a time. So here's the heart itself. I made the chain, and then this is a very dark purple fluorite color. Same again too here with the big amethyst and the fluorite. And then the usual stars. These are all mashed together. This cooperated yesterday when we were doing a run through, but these are also stars. The one is on leather. I have several on leather. So again, these would be 35. These would be 50. And the next T-bar, I'm hoping everybody likes. And again, let me know if I need to adjust this because this is really tall. Can everybody pretty much see? Is it too?
Just a little higher.
What
There
do
you
you think?
go.
Okay.
Yep.
This entire T-bar is Gobi Desert agate. And these are agate beads that are in the Mongolia. So they're sandblasted pretty much by nature. And this is one way that the people in Mongolia do make some money, because obviously there's not a lot they do have as far as commerce, but this has become one of them. And the cool thing about it is that these were handpicked, strung and knotted by the Mongolian people. And I have 3 of them that are in this more like a fall type of a shade. The last one, now, and this is extremely long. One of the colors that is very hard to get is lavender and a purple. This one does have some of the lavender in it, so it makes it more expensive because they're harder to find. This is the longest of the bunch. And again, I just thought they were pretty cool, and I thought I would bring them in to see how people felt about those. And all of these come with paperwork that tells you the story about the stones.
Well, Ruth, that is just about the end of your time. Do you have anything else you want to add?
If I can do anything to help people design something special for a birthday, anniversary, any special occasion, please contact me. Again, rkelch99@gmail.com. You can also call me at 203-797-9334. So thanks for the time.
Well, last but surely not least is Kim Ramsey from the Toy Room, and who doesn't love toys?
Oh,
Kim?
thank you. Yes, so I'm Kim Ramsey. I own the Toy Room here at 180 Greenwood Avenue. I'm right next door to Bird's Books and across the street from the library there. And we did start up an online store while all this happened, so you can find that at toyroombethel.com. From there, you can also sign up for our mailing lists, send me an email. You can call me to shop. I have been checking messages via Instagram and Facebook and texts and phone 24/7, so I'm definitely available. That being said, I am going to be opening on the 20th with limited space. So I am going to let people into the front half of my store only. And it'll be one person or one family at a time for now, and then we'll reevaluate the situation and see how things go. You won't be able to use the door between Alice and myself here. That'll be blocked off and just for the two of us. But that's pretty much our plan right now. So it's hard in a toy store to choose what to show you because I want to show you everything, and I know I can't. So the three biggest sections that have been doing well for us are games, because everybody's stuck inside and bored. Arts and crafts, because they want to keep the kids busy, and now that the weather's getting better, hopefully outdoor toys. So I figured that I would focus on those two. So behind me, I didn't know if any kids would be watching, so I don't want to put them too close, but I do have a little array of adult-only games here. A lot of them do involve drinking, and just judging from what I see on my Facebook feed, that seems to be a favorite pastime here in Bethel. Not pointing any fingers, just putting it out there. So we do have some games for the older crowd. We have a lot of the traditional games like Sorry and Parcheesi and all of those. And then we have some of my family's favorites. We're big game playing family, and we love quirky sort of games. So we have got Canine Chaos and Cat Chaos. These are a really fast swapping game. The funny thing about these is that they are based on celebrity names. So you would have, in the dog one, you have a Will Sniff. You have a Catherine Zeta-Bones. The cat one, you have Notorious C.A.T. You have Luke Skywhisker. So they're absolutely hysterical, and it's a fun game to play. And the other two we play a lot of are Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. I discovered this game about 1.5 years ago. Game playing has never been the same at our house. It's a hysterical game. Everybody loves it, all ages, super fun. It's a fast game of turning cards over. It's almost like chewing gum, patting your stomach, or patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. You're kind of doing that with words and cards and flipping it around. And then What the Heck, which is a game where you're betting to score points based on what you think other people will do. So it's quick, it's easy to learn. This company is 5 rules and you're done. You already know the game and are a pro at playing. So those are a couple of our family favorites in the game section. In the craft section, one of my favorite companies is Ann Williams. It's a female-run company, so they're great. They've been around, I think, probably about 8 years now. This is one of my favorite ones that they came out with. They just introduced it at Toy Show. It's wall collage art. Totally freeform. You can layer and do it however you want to, and it is ginormous when it's on your wall. So it definitely makes a huge, huge impact. They say on this one, I think ages 8+, but I would even do it as an adult. And if I actually had wall space here, I'd be playing with it and putting it together right now.
So you put that right on the wall?
Yeah, they give you, it's all that little, almost like the command strip, so it won't ruin your wall. You're able to take it down. But very 3D and very customizable, a lot of positive messages on it. Then they do this other one, which I thought was kind of a twist on sort of like a dream catcher type in a way, you're weaving it. But what you end up doing first is they have a 23-page quiz book that you answer, and then it will tell you what colors you're supposed to weave your little thing as. So this means something to whoever did this one. Every different color on here is a different aspect of this person's personality. So it's kind of another neat one for the 8 and older crowd. And then the other great thing is they have not forgotten about us adults, and they make really nice crafting kits for adults too. So this happens to be one of their bracelet ones too. But this one, they didn't even put an age on because they want anybody to be able to do it and feel good about it. So that's another one there. And then the outdoor toys, there is a great guy who lives in New Milford, Kevin Lane. He came to our store last year. The packaging on this isn't great, but it's Create a Castle. It comes in this little mesh bag because when you take it to the beach, you throw it in and it keeps everything clean. The sand runs out. So it's great packaging. It just doesn't show well for me to do here. But inside you get these plastic molds and you're able to build these really awesome sand castles. So I printed up a picture. I hope you guys can kind of see it there a little bit.
You just seized a little bit.
Did I? Am I better?
Not yet.
Okay. I'll hold the picture here.
Just I got it. You got it.
Okay. And so these really great sand castles, they work in snow. Of course, we didn't have any of that this year, but he promised if we had, he was going to come down and build a big one out in front of my store. That would have been awesome. The only reason I wanted snow. And he just won Toy of the Year this year. So that's great. So it's nice to have a local guy who's made it big in the toy world. The other thing that's been a huge hit is Spike Ball. I've had to reorder this twice. I'm going to place an order again tomorrow because I only have one left. One of them sold in the feed over here while we were on, so that's kind of fun. If you're not familiar with Spike Ball, it started to get popular about 2 or 3 years ago. It is almost like playing that playground game of Foursquare, but you're playing it against, there's a trampoline, a little mini like trampoline that's right off the ground, and people are spiking the ball onto it. So it's almost a combination of Foursquare, volleyball, and I don't know what the other one would be, but and you're scoring points. It gets uber competitive. A lot of college kids are playing it, so that's a fun one too. And then if you like they used to make these little traditional kind of handheld ones with little popper balls that you would pop it out or click it out and catch it. This one goes a lot further. It's pop and pass, and it makes.
Oops.
Kim, just lost your audio. Hang on.
Yeah, her bandwidth is showing that it's low.
Kim, lost your audio for a sec.
Oh, am I back?
You're back now.
All right. So this back here is Creato. It's like a plastic origami almost. It comes with lights, so when you're done, you can hang up your sculpture. They do 5 different ones. They range in price from $9.95 to $29.95. You can, each one will make 2 or 3 different ones, and then you can always combine to come up with your own ideas, but it's really kind of neat when it's all glowing in the dark. And then what I've been fidgeting with, thankfully we're on mute so you guys haven't heard, is this little Shishibo cube. And this guy, it's paper coated. It has little magnets on the inside that are covered up, but what it does is it opens, the cube opens up and becomes this fun little fidget, and you can make all sorts of neat little designs and stuff with them. So those have been some of my favorite things. And I guess that is it. So Toy Room Bethel is the website, and feel free to reach out.
That's about perfect timing. Does anybody have any questions of anybody? Oops, my timer just went off. Kim, that's even better.
Wow.
Nice job.
So, Ruth, it looks like there's a question for you. Let me just go to Mongolian necklaces. How much are those?
Okay, sorry about that. I did forget that. The ones that are more of an earth tone for tonight, those are 70. And the longer one that has the lavender will be 80.
Great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Alice,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have pictures of all your puzzles on your website?
Well, since you just mentioned that, I did a very large posting on my Facebook site today of all of the puzzles that I have in stock.
Okay, great.
So you can either, if somebody has shared that, I won't necessarily see that stream. But if someone makes a comment under my Facebook posting or calls the store, those are the 2 best ways to get a hold of me for puzzles. We just realized that everyone was stuck indoors, and books is great, but sometimes you need to stand up, walk around, and do a puzzle and do something else for a change.
Well, you know I have an ongoing puzzle forever.
I do know that, and I have some ideas for you, so call me tomorrow.
Okay.
But Does anybody else have anything that they want to say? We have a couple of minutes. Well, we're hoping that we can make this a regular feature. And so we will somehow work out a mechanism for people to register. And when they register, they get the sign in at that time. And so we'll probably rotate retailers, and maybe you'll see a few friends come back. I'm hoping that one of the hair salons can come in and talk about how things are going for them. Maybe we can have a restaurant talk about a special meal for something that they're doing. But I really have to thank Janice for being as focused on the businesses and what we're up against and how we're going to open and how we connect with our public, and making this another avenue for us to see your faces, because we miss you.
I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight, and I do want to thank Alice and Wendy and Patricia and Ruth and Kim. This was the first night we were doing this, so we didn't really know how it would go, but I think it went really, really well, and I think you all did an outstanding job. And I just want to thank everybody for really supporting our businesses. You know, none of this has been easy for them, and if we could do little things like this, we would like to continue doing it. So keep your eyes open for another show and shop. I think everybody put all their contact information. We are also videotaping this, so we will make that available to you. Thanks again, businesses, and thanks everybody for coming tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much.